Deaf parents. Deaf parents. So that's a sign for it. Deaf usually means I can't hear, I can't speak. Deaf, and then mom, dad, or deaf parents. Either way, deaf parents. I want to take a moment and just explain why I do these signs. Last week, another ASL user kind of criticized my signs, and he made the statement, which I hear often, as a CODA, you should not teach, let the deaf teach it, whatever. And I'm in no way trying to overtake the deaf. ASL is my native language. My mom and dad are deaf. My grandparents were deaf. Great-grandparents were deaf. My aunts and uncles are deaf. I have cousins that were deaf. I have a sister that is deaf. I have a niece that is deaf. I have hard of hearing nephews. I even had a deaf dog. I've pastored deaf people for almost 30 years. Some of my best friends growing up were deaf. And many deaf people, I'm not saying this, but many deaf people tell me I sound like a deaf person. So I want to just express to from my heart that I'm not going to teach a college class. I would never deprive that from a deaf person. But there is a group that thinks hearing people should never teach ASL. And I'm technically hard of hearing. My hearing's going down, so you can argue that. But put that aside. I want to tell you 2 reasons why I do these shorts and teach these short videos on ASL. Number 1, my dad asked me to. My dad was an ASL professor at the university level with several college degrees. He was a workshop specialist. He spoke on ASL, deaf culture, grammar, deaf world. I interpreted many of those meetings with him, and before he passed, he asked me to continue his ASL legacy. So I do this in honor of my deaf dad, who was deaf for all 83 years of his life. The second reason I do this, and most important, is there's so many deaf people that have not heard the gospel. And if I can teach some hearing people basic signs to expose more deaf people to the gospel, yes, that's one of my goals. Now look, do I teach every sign perfect? No, because I'm not a perfect person. And the deaf man, or the ASL user that criticized me last week, I went to his page and looked. In my opinion, he signed some things wrong too. He did a lot of mistakes. He signed some things wrong too. And so it's so important for us to realize that we're not going to be perfect all the time. But in my heart, sincerely, I just want to help people, expose people to the most beautiful language in the world. I respect deaf people in the culture with my heart. I love the deaf world. I travel the world preaching to the deaf. The deaf are my priority. My wife teaches my children that I am deaf and hearing. There's a deaf Randy inside of me. I just cherish it. So while they criticize me, that's fine. They have the right to do that. I just want them to know that I'm doing it for those 2 reasons. For my dad, and because the deaf of this world need the gospel of Jesus Christ. You don't have to like that. That's fine. It's a free country. And you can criticize me for that all you want. That's fine. Go ahead. And when I sign and speak, both languages are compromised a little bit. I can't speak English perfectly while I'm doing ASL, and I can't do ASL perfectly while I'm doing English. And if you want to see me in pure ASL, watch the other videos where I do only ASL. On YouTube too, there's lots of ASL only videos, and you see I sign differently. So I just wanted to take a moment and just remind everybody, hey, my parents were deaf. Deaf parents, that's the lesson for today. And I only want to expose this world as much as I can to my platform that God has given me, to the most beautiful, precious language in the world. In my opinion, my humble opinion, it's ASL. Thank y'all for your support. To those who criticize me, I love you. I'm not mad at you. You have the right to do that. But I want you to understand where I'm coming from, why I'm doing this. It's not from my own self-gain. I travel the world preaching the deaf. I love the deaf people. I love them with all my heart. So thank you again for watching this video. God bless. Make it a great day. Love y'all.